every man wants to understand them.
He's learnt to not just respect women, but to, now listen up, understand them. And that requires listening.
G-A-Y.
Well, almost everyone wants to understand them.
It's completely irrelevant to the concerns of Australian women.
I love
and that is, if you're going to...
I like the Dowager Duchess too. I think she's hysterical.
Maggie Smith is sensational.
But sometimes women are reluctant to say what they're thinking.
This dad is determined to barbecue no matter what.
Oh, magnificent.
Good on you, Dad.
I'd rather be there than inside with the women.
Although sometimes you can guess what they're thinking.
Now, you may think a group of 5 men don't know much about women.
You don't know much about women.
But you haven't seen our research team.
I found a woman on Google.
Even better, we learnt about women by watching the news.
Once, the news was dominated by crusty old men.
A bad haircut is every woman's worst nightmare.
But today, sexism is over. And those old men have been replaced by younger, fresher faces.
Well, a bad haircut is every woman's worst nightmare.
Today's feminist newsreaders have women's best interests at heart.
Women are still most worried about how they look. Where is that pressure coming from?
Good question, Ron. Let's ask your colleagues in the media.
According to a new survey, bad makeup could cost ladies a job. The worst beauty blunders have been revealed.
Let's look at the worst beauty blunders, besides Koshi.
Red lipstick means you're power crazy.
Smudged mascara means you're a party animal.
No mascara means you're an emotional wreck.
And if you're absolutely perfect...
Even being 100% immaculate has its drawbacks because it shows you're after the boss's job.
Wow, that is a lot of pressure. But at least women aren't humiliated on national TV. Often.
Tonight, the stinging whisper campaign against Olympic champ Liesl Jones.
It's these pictures which have sparked a national debate.
Now, I don't care what people say. In the photograph, she looks gross.
But we also found that the media covers substantial news about women too.
Like on the day the long-awaited report on sexism in the military was released. Channel 7 went big on this one.
The police force's newest recruits, Ava, Alpha, Autumn.
Oh, they didn't cover the report, but they showed these cute puppies instead. How about Channel 9?
7 English Springer Spaniel pups.
Oh, the puppies again.
But Sky News is serious, so they showed a full quote from the Sex Discrimination Commissioner herself, proving that she wouldn't be silenced.
Sexual harassment and abuse exists today in the ADF. It ruins lives. It divides teams and damages operational.
Well, half a quote before cutting to Martin Ferguson. Thankfully, an apology was immediately offered.
I apologise for not using my half a quote to talk about police puppies, but I felt it was important.
Yeah, enough of her. But there is one way for women to guarantee they'll get plenty of news coverage.
On the 2nd of July, 2 knife-point robberies were captured on CCTV. This one received just 14 seconds of news coverage over the following week. But for some reason, this one...
Police are hunting a buxom bandit.
The busty blonde, better known as the buxom bandit.
What a bust, the buxom bandit.
Received 43 minutes of coverage.
Deliberately showing off her breasts as a weapon of mass distraction.
Do you think you'll remember her face?
It's a very clear shot of her face and some of her assets.
That appeared to have been written by the makers of the Carry On movies.
Busting into a Gold Coast servo.
The woman busted in.
Will be enough for police to bust the pair soon.
And
Matron, take them away.
At least 10 News was respectful enough to blur out the inappropriate part of the image, her face. Even after the breasts had fled the scene, Alison Ariotti stood there for 5 hours. That's 2.5 hours per breast. Blanket coverage of tits and ass. What would the iconic 70s feminists have to say about that?
You've got a big ass, Julia. Just get it.
Not even I would say that. I'm a straw man.
Hang on. Do you guys seriously think the biggest sexists in the media today are iconic feminists?
Not quite.
Ooh, she is a monster there.
Well, you know...
She is a monster. She's huge, isn't she?
And by you saying that and saying she's a monster, what are you doing for the average woman at home? How are you helping their self-esteem?
I'm not helping them at all. I don't care about the average woman at home, do I?
And you can have a pretty good guess what Catherine Robinson's thinking.
It's probably what lots of women think about the media.